when the Garnet, as recently as 7 years ago, could not have envisioned this. But in succession, every year has been a record-setting year.
And welcome into semifinal evening of the Centennial Conference playoffs here on the Garnet Sports Network. My name's Bob Long. So excited to be here for what should be an unbelievable evening of college basketball. Right now, it's the number 8 Johns Hopkins Blue Jays, the number 2 seed in the Centennial Conference, taking on the Haverford College Forge. Should be a lot of fun in this one here tonight. Both these teams, just a few weeks ago, were battling for what would be the 2nd seed in the conference. Johns Hopkins won a game down in Goldfarb Gymnasium, took care of Haverford, and it has been a tough stretch for Haverford since then. 4 straight losses coming into this game, but otherwise a fantastic season for this Haverford team, and all the goals still in front of them, looking for a chance to win the conference, and it starts with the semifinal matchup here tonight. Patrick Doherty, the head coach of this Haverford team, a really strong third-year head coach, and a guy who's turned the culture around here for this Haverford program. A short drive down the road as they take on the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays. Introduced first, Ethan Bartlett hit a big shot just a few weeks ago to win a big game against Haverford. Joey Kern, number 2, another strong guard. And the man who runs it all, this is Connor Delaney being introduced, number 5. All-conference type of guy and really runs the show. Tom Quarry and Harry O'Neill, the last 2 to be introduced in the front court. Haverford and Johns Hopkins coming underway right next time here on the Garnet Sports Network. Now the head coach for Johns Hopkins is Josh Leffler, also a third-year man for this Johns Hopkins team. Has done a tremendous job taking on for a long-term head coach. And this is a Johns Hopkins team ready to go here tonight. Now we'll pause for the national anthem. Johns Hopkins comes into tonight's game with only 2 losses in the Centennial Conference, 3 overall. Those losses, 2 of them to Swarthmore. Those were their 2 losses in the Centennial Conference. They went on unbeaten 16-0 in between there and them, then and now. And then the other loss to Stevens College up in New Jersey. So a tremendous year for this Johns Hopkins team, a team certainly going to the NCAA tournament, win or lose, but this is a team that has been to the conference finals each of the last 2 years and looking to get back to the final again here this season. They won it 2 years ago, lost it last year. It's their 3rd straight year playing the conference tournament on this floor. Haverford, on the other hand, has not had a sustained run of success with this program since 2012. But Patrick Doherty has improved his win totals each of the past 2 years, and this year the real breakthrough, starting out 6-0 in the conference and a 3rd place finish in the league. Harry O'Neill against Jesse Turkson, and we're underway. A cavalcade of Haverford fans to my right, and we're underway. Haverford in the black, and the home whites being donned by Johns Hopkins. Now inside they go. This is Jack Cork, really good passer out of the post. 10 to shoot as Tom Quarry goes out. This is Bartlett guarding Turkson, and a jump ball will give it to Johns Hopkins. In the first matchup between these 2 teams, it was Ethan Bartlett who hit a game-winning 3 for Johns Hopkins to take an 80-79 win, a game that Johns Hopkins trailed by 9 with just 2 minutes to play. That kind of set the tone for these 2 matchups over the course of the year as Quarry drives too strong. Jack Cork contested. Now Turkson off for Jackson Ryan, and they'll play catch. And Kern got a hand on it. He's first on the floor. No numbers here for Quarry, but he'll attack anyway, and that time he does finish. Running through Ryan Trotter on his way there. Now Turkson. His team really does very well offensively when he gets a lot of touches. Haverford had trouble, fortunate to get that back. Here's Joe Wijak, leads the team in assists, and it's taken away. Here's Kern, he's got Delaney flanking him, and he'll pull it back. Just a little under 2 minutes into this one, 2-0 Johns Hopkins. A couple of turnovers bite Haverford early. Pick and pop for Harry O'Neill. That's well short. Man-to-man defense for Johns Hopkins. Cork looking for Turkson. Tough pass. Couldn't catch it. Last touch by Delaney. "15 seconds on the shot clock. Joe Wijak. Trouble getting this one in, and Cork is there. Kern, nice job. He got the steal again. Tom Quarry couldn't finish it, mistimed the jump, and Joey Kern had what looked like an easy finish, couldn't put it down. Turkson inside, not an easy finish. A lot of contact with no call. Cork, I think, was blocked, and now another jump ball. It'll stay with Haverford on the alternate possession. But Haverford looking out of sorts offensively in the first 2.5 minutes. Wijak, who will inbound, is sitting on 99 assists on the year. The next one will put him into triple digits for the season. There's a kick and a drive. Spinning into traffic Wejack with 10 all the way through, and a 3-second violation called against Jesse Turkson. Well, you see this sometimes in postseason action. This is the first postseason game for either team, obviously. A little bit of nerves. Maybe not the most crisp offense. Here's Chid Nake. He's had a couple of nice games in this building over the course of his career. Braden Johnson barely drew the iron, and it's Haverford basketball. That's 2 threes for Johns Hopkins where they barely draw the iron. The legs not there early for Braden Johnson, and on the prior one, Harry O'Neill. There's a drive to the hoop. Great finish by Jackson Ryan. Put his foot in the ground. The defender was looking to his left for a would-be screener. Ryan feigned the screen and got to at the bucket. Now Johnson takes the ball screen, drives to the hole, couldn't finish. Here comes Haverford the other way. And Turkson couldn't get it to go. We've seen 3 or 4 of those pretty good looks at the rim without a lot of contest. But both teams having trouble finishing early on. Ethan Bartlett, no good, and what a rebound that was by Wejack. A little slow to get up behind the play was Ryan. Now Ryan Trotter got his defender in the air. Turkson for 3. And Delaney without numbers, he'll pull this one up. And a kickball. Ryan Trotter, they'll reset the shot clock just 1 second up to 20. Carson James checks in along with Alex Shackney. Jonathan Lang will check in for Haverford with 15:35 to play. James into the lane, now with 11 to shoot, trying to get it down low to Nake. And he's fouled. No, travel first. Looked like he got whacked down on the wrist, but the movement of the pivot foot first gives it right back to Haverford. Now a dribble drive, and that time it's a foul called against Carson James.
Foul on Hopkins, number 21, Carson James. It's first, team's first.
Johns Hopkins has been exclusively in the man-to-man thus far here tonight, a little less than 5 minutes into this one. Haverford trying to rub off the screen, and that one caught the back of the backboard. Unforced error that time for Wejack as he was trying to lob it up towards Jonathan Lang heading to the basket. James flips out to the top of the key, guarded by Lang. Quarry pulls up, lot of trouble there as he couldn't finish that one. 2 defenders with a hand in his face as he rose up from the elbow. Wejack with a runner, in and out. And a better than 5 minutes into this first semifinal, it's 2-2. Quarry this time does get deeper, puts it up too strong. And here comes Lang the other way. Does have numbers if he looks up, but his head's down. So he's forced to kick it back out. No good for 3. And the lid stays on for both sides. Shackney to direct traffic. Harry O'Neill, I think, has a matchup advantage down low if he sets up early against Torres. But right now it's Shackney diving into the lane. Carson James hoisting, and that one didn't draw the rim either. 3 triples have fallen woefully short early on for Johns Hopkins. And that's a deep 3, no good. That one was short as well, didn't draw the iron. A bit of humidity down there on the floor that I can't feel up here in the booth. 13-14 to play. First half. Bartlett steps back, nearly lost it. Fortunate to get it back, and then a pretty clear foul called against Joe Hartman. A bang at the wrist area of Bartlett. Here's Connor Delaney with it, 19 to shoot, and originally a Villanova lacrosse commit decided to come here and play hoops. That one's short as well. Certainly Delaney made a great decision. He's one of the best players in the conference and has been for the last few years. Was plagued by injury last year, but has been phenomenal this year and is on the short list for Player of the Year candidate. On the recoil, it's 3. Ryan Trotter knocks it in from the top of the key. Delaney on the other end, defended by Hartman. And that one went off the foot of number 1, Jackson Ryan. Fortunate to get it back. A pull-up, no good. Good box out by the big man, Jack Cork. He has about an inch as well as a few pounds on Harry O'Neal inside. Now goes to work in the block. Spinning to the baseline, a left-handed finish. And a bit of skill shown by the big man for Haverford. Now Delaney off a double screen. Delaney lightning quick inside. And he stepped on the end line. Turnover back to Haverford. And this is a struggle offensively that the Johns Hopkins team, the number 8 team in the country, has not seen much of this year. All due credit to Haverford, a team that had Johns Hopkins on the ropes earlier in the year, a game that Johns Hopkins came back to win 80-79. Second matchup wasn't so close, but you see that this Haverford team has it. Defense leads to offense. Turkson that time in the lane with the left-handed finish, his strong hand. Now Carson James had a half step. The floater's good. Just a little bit of a discard as Flyer make that Trotter flies by. And it's 9-4. Haverford. Turkson. And now a long 3. Hartman, no good. Here's Delaney off the screen, a hesitation dribble. Kern thought about letting it go, but they clear it out for Harry O'Neal. Now a double team, and Turkson got the steal. He'll put that one in. Didn't make it convincing on the last few dribbles, but 2 nonetheless. The anticipation from Turkson, the junior, out of Masterman Charter here in Philadelphia. Braden Johnson dives to the hole. Good find there. Harry O'Neal, and a timeout called by Josh Leffler. Fit that one through just a very small window, and we're halfway home here in the first half. It's Haverford 11, Johns Hopkins 6. Josh Leffler, who just called that timeout we mentioned at the top of our telecast, took Johns Hopkins to the conference championship game here in each of his first 2 seasons. This is his 3rd, and looking to do so for the 3rd straight year. He went 24-5 in his first year coaching the program. That's a Centennial Conference record for a first-year head coach, and knows these sidelines very well. He was a Swarthmore College basketball player, class of 2003, a 3-year starter on that team. He also was a 2-sport athlete, played 1 year of football here at Swarthmore College. He has a great back cut but couldn't finish. Swarthmore actually dropped football in 2000. So he played the 1 year, then they dropped the program, and Josh Leffler relegated to just a 1-sport athlete, but again, a 3-year starter here at Swarthmore. Now he finds himself on the sidelines at least once per year, and over the last 3 years, he's found himself here twice per year, taking on his former team and his alma mater. Wejack now looking to go to Turkson. Good things happen when the ball's been in his hands. Another floater too strong, and Nake brings it down. Ethan Bartlett, now Tom Quarry with a left-handed dribble. Quarry tees up a 3. In and out, and Wejack pulls it down. That's a quick whistle for a jump ball. The alternate possession will give it back to Johns Hopkins. A lightning quick whistle provides the held ball. Skip pass for Bartlett, a corner 3. It's good. Ethan Bartlett, the sophomore out of Valhalla High School, ties things at 11. Jackson Ryan, he feigns the handoff. Now Cork looking for someone else. 10 to shoot for Cork. Wejack with 5, hesitation dribble. Somehow an open 3 for Jackson Ryan, no good. And again, just a little bit short on the 3. Delaney turns on the Jets, what a finish. And Johns Hopkins all the way back. They take the lead 13-11. Timeout called by Joe Wejack. Patrick Doherty and his team gonna talk this over. Full timeout on the floor. We'll take a break. This is the Centennial Conference Tournament here on the Garnet Sports Network and simulcast on the Centennial Conference Digital Network.
I learned a lot of valuable lessons playing college football. I never thought about the health benefits of exercise until I actually started to talk to coaches in college. It's not only just for performance, it's for life. My coaches instilled the importance of well-being, not only building up strength, mental health, getting enough sleep, eating properly is all what it is to be healthy. I decided that I want to go on a personal trainer and share my knowledge that I obtained in college about physical and mental well-being.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Haverford all-time in the Centennial Conference Tournament, 3-6. 2-2 on the first evening of the tournament here in the semifinal. Make that the first round. 1-3 in the semis. So when we say first round, we're talking about 4 versus 5. We saw Muhlenberg take down Ursinus in a 4 versus 5 matchup at home on Tuesday as Turkson ties it up at 13. A good baseline spin. Haverford very, very happy to get it into his hands and let him go to work. Now Delaney So quick to the hole, counted and one. Connor Delaney, after a slow start, now going to work, finding he can get to the hole at will. A little short offensive rebound, thought about firing it right back up. Instead, a great feed for Harry O'Neal. Call it a form of two-man basketball. Delaney misses the foul shot. O'Neal the first rebound, fires it back out. And Delaney rewards the big man. Now Jackson Ryan dribbles himself into trouble. Looked pretty clean there, but Tom Quarry picks up the personal for a reach-in. Josh Leffler having a discussion with the near side official. Can't say I blame him on this particular dissent. This Johns Hopkins team allowing 64 points per game defensively. That's the tops in all of the Centennial Conference. Haverford, what a drive that was. Offensively, Haverford scores 74 points per game, and they're 5th in the conference. Ryan Trotter put that one in for Haverford. And Johns Hopkins can't quite answer, but Bartlett is contacted on his way down. Went up high to get the rebound. Foul will be called against Josh Love. Love picks up his first personal. That's the team's third. Haverford stays man-to-man, able to switch liberally. It's a good thing, too. Quarry was headed to the hole on a cup. Good recognition that time by Torres. 12 to shoot for Connor Delaney, spinning into the lane. Keeping his balance, counted and one. Connor Delaney continues to knife his way into the lane, and what a finish that was. A 4-point cushion here for Johns Hopkins. Connor Delaney hits the foul shot, completes the old-fashioned three-point play. Torres has trouble getting it in, now a double team. Torres picked up his dribble in a tough spot. He traveled. Oh, a jump ball first. Boy, we've had a couple difficult calls right at the point of attack. Looked to me to be a travel first. Those feet are going. Didn't think he had tied it up first, but fortunate for Haverford to retain possession with 6:07 to play. Nate Torres, he'll line up the three, well short. Let's see if Delaney just keeps driving to the hole. Braden Johnson steps in. 13 to shoot. Delaney stays in bounds. No, he didn't. Stepped on the end line like a hawk, that official. His eye on the red stripe. One more look. It was close, but the official had it on the end line. A low-scoring affair here in game number 1 of 2. Game number 2 is Swarthmore, the number 1 team in the country and the only basketball team at any level, D1, D2, or D3, to remain unbeaten at this point in the season. Jack Cork got it for Jack. He short-armed it. The clock in his head ticking a bit quicker than the clock on top of the basket. Chidnake, good finish off the feed from Connor Delaney, drawing 2 defenders. And good defense there. Braden Johnson, the active hands. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 4:41 to play first half. It's 22-15, Johns Hopkins. 18-4 run here for Johns Hopkins. After Haverford led 11-4. That one fortunate to hit the official's foot. Otherwise, Alex Scheckney might have been off to the races. Too much heat on that one. Hartman pressing a little bit on that pass through the lane, through traffic intended for Jackson Ryan. Here's Alex Scheckney, who has started his own startup, Imagine X project. Really interesting. We'll tell you a bit more about that and what led him to this point. A fall away from Tom Quarry gives Johns Hopkins a 9-point lead. Turkson thought about the 3. And Jackson Ryan runs his way into the lane. Good defense. Here's Scheckney the other way. Scheckney will pull this one back. Oh, good job there defensively. Joe Hartman realized the back cut was happening around him. And that time Bartlett returns the favor defensively. And Scheckney, a 4.3 high school GPA, certainly you know in the Centennial Conference, and particularly with the 4 schools you have here tonight, you're going to have some quality students in the mix. But a 4.3 GPA, Scheckney, Imagine X, a startup facilitating life design principles to help college students live happier, more inspired lives. That's what Alex Scheckney is doing when he's not in class and he's not on the basketball court. Quite impressive. And another interception, this time Chidnake, and Patrick Doherty just fuming on the Haverford bench. A dream start here for Haverford, but the Fords have had nothing going on in about the last 10 minutes. Scheckney, tough shot, no, and Hartman brings it down. Timeout called. 30-second timeout on the floor. 2:35 to play. It's Johns Hopkins 24, Haverford 15. Haverford, we talked a little bit about them. 11-7 in the Centennial Conference. 3rd seed overall in a very jam-packed Centennial Conference from 3rd on down. Haverford was in a tie with Muhlenberg for the 3rd spot, and Haverford won the tiebreaker, allowing them to have essentially a bye to this game here tonight. Muhlenberg had to take on a strong Washington College team in the 4-5 matchup on Tuesday. They were able to win that one. And Haverford at 11-7, certainly the record looks good, the seeding looks good, but bear in mind this team has lost 4 straight and started the Centennial Conference schedule 6-0, so licking the wounds just a little bit. But again, 2 wins for them, and they're in the NCAA tournament. A grab called against Johns Hopkins. It'll go against Connor Delaney. That's the team's 3rd. Johns Hopkins has won 6 straight in this series. A historical rivalry dominated traditionally by Johns Hopkins, 78-38 all time against Haverford. But again, you look at this team from Haverford is far different than even 3 years ago. The culture has changed under Patrick Doherty. Another giveaway though, too many of those. Here's Joey Kern all alone off the assist from Connor Delaney. Too many live ball turnovers for Haverford, and they trail by 11. Back cutting there is Ryan. There's an open three that was blocked. Tom Quarry, now he's up the floor and will pull it back. Ryan Trotter maybe just a little bit cavalier for putting that shot up, allowed for the block. Tom Quarry too strong, rebound no, and tipped away by Harry O'Neill. Quarry just kind of went in a little bit out of control. Braden Johnson will take his place. $1:33 to go here, first half. 22-4 run from Johns Hopkins has put them not only back in the game, but in full control. Cork with it now. He had a cutting weed jack if he looked right away. Cork puts it up, no good. Good, strong, back to the basket action, but better defense by Harry O'Neill. Delaney, great job to the backside. It's Harry O'Neill wide open. Drawing two defenders was the point guard and the conductor here for this Johns Hopkins team, Connor Delaney. Now a chance for 2-for-1 for Haverford. Tough shot by Wijak, no good. Cork got a hand on it. Shot clock does not reset. Didn't hit the rim. Trotter, offensive foul. Braden Johnson stood in. Trotter lowers the shoulder. In that way, defensive position doesn't matter. If you extend that off arm or lower the shoulder, that negates all of that. A good call by the official. 30 seconds left. 6-second difference between game and shot clock. Joey Kern will pull it back. Harry O'Neill, nobody collapses to him. Now a lot of folks do. Just 10 seconds left. Jump ball. And the alternate possession will give it to Haverford with 16 seconds left. There's a tail end look at that one as Trotter got his hand in there. I like the decision by Josh Leffler to pick up full court here. Make Haverford work a bit. It's Johns Hopkins ball. So Delaney will get it. There was some confusion as to who got it on this held ball situation. Bartlett into the backcourt, 14 seconds left. And Delaney calls for the clear out. Jackson Ryan tasked with defending him. 3 seconds left for Delaney, a pull-up. And he got the shooter's roll at the horn. 24-4 run for Johns Hopkins to finish the half. And Haverford has to come up with answers here at the break. What started so well for them ended up a real struggle down the stretch. And Johns Hopkins, just like that, doubling up Haverford here at halftime of game number 1 here on the Garnet Sports Network simulcast on the Centennial Conference Digital Network. It's the Centennial Conference Men's Basketball Tournament. We'll take a break, come back on the other side for the second half.
Together, we are driven.
1, 2, 3.
To motivate. To challenge. To lead. Every practice. Every play. Every day. Every season. 11 schools. Together in competition. We are the Centennial Conference.
And the camera scans.
So this is what you meant when you said that you were spent. And now it's time to build from the bottom of the pit right to the top. Don't hold back. Packing my bags and giving the academy a rain check. I don't ever wanna let you down. I don't ever wanna leave this town. 'Cause after all, this city never sleeps at night. Time to begin, isn't it? I get a little bit bigger, but then I'll admit I'm just the same as I was. Now don't you understand that I'm never changing who I am?
Why choose Swarthmore? Wow.
I don't know how to say this in like one interview.
There's just like this magnetic secret on campus that people really can't describe.
The campus itself is beautiful.
I was absolutely floored when I first came here. A lot of it came from the values that SWAT has.
It truly is the people that make this community. All my memories are inseparable from the people that were around me.
I applied to Swarthmore through the Questbridge National College Match, and it's a program that matches high-achieving, low-income students with really selective institutions like this.
I knew I wanted to play basketball in college. Basketball was a tool that would enable me to get a great education. In high school, I was kind of pressured by the standard to play Division I, but I wanted to pave my own way.
It chose itself for me, and I knew on a more pre-intellectual level that this was the place.
And one of my favorite things and my favorite takeaways of this place has been the community.
I've been lucky to experience what learning is like at other institutions, and I'm very thankful that I did that because that completely changed my perception of Swarthmore. It made me realize that Swarthmore is special in these very small and unique ways that actually make an enormous difference.
The reason I'm so involved on campus is because I feel like the things that I do here matter. You can actually enact meaningful change.
When you're walking around campus, like I don't feel like I'm just walking by a bunch of strangers, and being in these smaller settings, like it gives you the opportunity to build strong relationships with people that also have like a vested personal interest in who you are as a person.
It totally tailors itself to like every type of person. You can come here and be anywhere on any spectrum, and you'll be pretty well welcomed.
You'll find that the people here are here for you. I was able to find really good, deep personal growth. And Swarthmore has been that formative experience that the community allows me to have that space that I can have that growth.
I have incredible mentors who have helped me at every step of the way, which I'm really thankful for. And I don't think I would have that same type of individualized attention and recognition at a place that's not Swarthmore.
At Muhlenberg, I've been exposed to so many humanities classes that I wouldn't have at an institution if I just studied computer science. Without Muhlenberg, I wouldn't have found what I love to do.
I can go and get help anytime I want. Doors are always open.
My sophomore year, I took a computer science class first semester, and I just really liked it. It tends to be a really dry field, but Dr. Kosmal really changed that because he made it about teams. I had no intention of doing technical theater. I didn't even realize it existed, but then I took stagecraft scenic techniques, which is a class required for the acting concentration in the theater major. And I went to the scene shop and just never really left. I just kept going back to work on projects and learn more and be able to create amazing theater that we do here.
I thought it would be difficult at first to be a student athlete as well as a manager and owner of a record company. But my professors made that process a lot easier than I thought it would be due to how flexible they were and how strong my relationships were with them.
I think my life would be a lot different if I didn't attend Muhlenberg.
Being able to come here really developed me into launching my career, and I'm very excited to have that start.
Welcome back inside Tarbell Pavilion, the home of the Swarthmore College Garnet and the hosts of the 2020 Centennial Conference Men's Basketball Tournament. This is game 1 of 2 here tonight, a 6 o'clock tip. Johns Hopkins against Haverford. And Johns Hopkins ended the half with a flourish, 26-4 run in the final 10-plus minutes to take full control. Haverford in black, Johns Hopkins in white were underway here in the second half. Bob Long on the play-by-play will be with you all weekend here on the Garnet Sports Network, simulcast on the Centennial Conference Digital Network. Here's Trotter, up and under too strong. Tom Quarry stayed with him, a bit of a wild shot that time from Trotter, and all too common sight for Patrick Doherty and this Haverford team throughout the early stages of this game. Harry O'Neill looking for help. It's Connor Delaney. Delaney will filter back with 5 seconds left. He's got a mismatch on Cork. Beat him to the bucket. And Connor Delaney putting together an excellent first game of this Centennial Conference Tournament. Now Turkson, a back cut, barely got to Weejack. Hit the bottom of the backboard and Kern comes the other way. Now Delaney. Kern pulls up for 3, it's good. And Johns Hopkins picks up where they left off, 20-point lead. And Patrick Doherty and this Haverford team struggling for answers. Full time out on the floor, another look at Connor Delaney beating Cork to the bucket. And we'll be right back here on the Garnet Sports Network, simulcast on the Centennial Conference Digital Network.
Being a part of the different activities and organizations that I've been a part of, I'm actually able to see myself where I'm like, hey, I actually can make a change. I'm one person that can make a difference.
Division III has helped me to develop teamwork skills, critical thinking skills, time management skills.
It's not just about basketball or it's not just about school, it's about developing yourself as a person altogether.
Johns Hopkins breaks the timeout, and the message has to be keep on keeping on. What an impressive effort. It was a game that was 11-4 Haverford, and now it's 35-15 Johns Hopkins. Looking to run Haverford out of the building here tonight. Very similar to the way they did just last Saturday when Johns Hopkins beat Haverford 75-56. Jackson Ryan, a deep 3, no good. There's Turkson, he'll finish. The pinball inside, got it to Turkson on the weak side. Fortunate to come up with that offensive carom. Man-to-man defense here for Haverford. They've been beaten a few times by the backdoor cut. There's a block from Jack Cork. Took it off the hands of Connor Delaney, who tried to finish with the offhand. Turkson rolls to the hoop. Not enough. The follow goes. And that's 2 offensive rebounds on respective possessions here for Turkson. A 16-point deficit for Haverford. But a 4-0 run is a 4-0 run. They had scored 4 points in the preceding approximately 14 minutes. Ethan Bartlett looks inside, and that one's out of bounds. Some miscommunication. Fortunate there for Johns Hopkins to get it back, but that may all be temporary. And now the call is changed. That one looked to be the correct call to me, Haverford ball. Ryan Trotter inside, a floater. He got the shooter's roll. And now a 6-0 spurt for Haverford right when they needed it. It's back to 14. Now they run some complex off-ball action, getting it to Braden Johnson. 11 to shoot, Delaney. 7 to shoot. Bartlett for 3, and it's short. Now Turkson comes back the other way. Doesn't have numbers and lost the ball. Jackson Ryan, in and out. Tipped up and brought down by Cork. The recoil, well short. We've seen more than our fair share of balls barely glance off the front of the rim here tonight. The end of a long, grueling regular season has led these two teams to this game here tonight. Delaney for 3. That one's short as well. And Haverford with a 6-0 run right back into this one. Still a long way to go, but the offense with some more flow than it did just a few minutes ago. Nice job defensively by O'Neal to front Cork. 7 to shoot. Cork, a pull-up, in and out. That was halfway down. Haverford man-to-man defensively. A double ball screen, but couldn't get Bartlett open. Patience here from the Jays. O'Neal got it to go and one. Harry O'Neal, great finish. Draws the personal against Jack Cork. One more look inside. Big time finish by O'Neal, the senior, and a captain for this Johns Hopkins team. Harry O'Neal completes the three-point play. It's 38-21. And full court pressure this time, quickly beaten by Joe Wejack. Hartman pulls up and hits it. Nicely done to slither his way into the lane. That's a high percentage pull-up from about 12 feet away. 15-point lead for Johns Hopkins, and now Nake takes on a double team. Carson James, he's fouled. A grab across the wrist will send him to the line. James 1 for 2 from the field. 2 points on the night, his first foul shots.
Carson James shooting 1.
The 73% foul shooter makes 1 of 2, and Nake goes over the back.
Foul on Hopkins, number 11, Shin Nake, his first, team's first.
Shackney defends Wejack. Here comes the second offender, but he beat him. Not a good pass, though. Torres couldn't control it, but Wejack threw it behind him. Now Nake, boy, you got to get him the ball. He had great position inside against Torres. Not as dangerous when he catches it here, though. Quarry with 12 to shoot. Quarry dives to the hole, great finish. The long arms and strides of Tom Quarry, local out of Father Judge High School here in Philadelphia. And it's an 18-point lead for Johns Hopkins. There's a 3. Contact, no foul. And fortunate to get the ball back. Joe Hartman over for Torres, an open 3. It's good. And it's a 15-point game. And make that 16-point game. They added an extra point for Hopkins on their last trip. 3 more for Tom Quarry. He's got 5 straight for Hopkins. put the count at 19. What was close to 10 minutes for Hopkins of only 4 points on the board, that's long gone. And now we're going punch for punch. Joe Hartman, a three from the corner. Yeah, and my senses were correct. It's 44-29. I wasn't sure why 1 point was added a few possessions ago for Hopkins. Now Nake can't finish. Carson James for three. It's good. That's 4 straight threes on the last 4 combined possessions. 18-point lead for Johns Hopkins. Starting to think about a berth for the 3rd straight year in the conference championship game, which is tomorrow at 7. Joe Hartman will shoot 2 at the line. Braden Johnson, the sophomore, picks up the personal. One more look, just a little contact there on the wrist as he was going through the lane. Hartman with 6 points on the night. Make it 7, and it's 47-31. A long way to go here, but Johns Hopkins offensively trying to keep that pedal to the metal. Delaney behind the screen, hits the three. It may be a muted reaction when a Hopkins bucket goes down, not the big student section that Haverford has, but the fan base appreciates it nonetheless, and it's a sweet shot from Connor Delaney, the point guard. Now Turkson. Good catch that time by Ryan. Not a good pass the other end, though. Tried to get it back to Turkson before he had established position. Delaney was a little bit out of control. He's now back behind the play. Weejack. He'll pull up for three. It's good. Timeout called by Doherty. 50-34. Haverford trying to hang. The issue here for the Fords, trading buckets. It's still a 16-point deficit. Muhlenberg standing at midcourt, looking on, potentially thinking about some scouting themselves, but they got quite the matchup against Swarthmore, who sits up in the stands and scouts a little bit as well. That's our second game of the night. And we expect that tip somewhere around 8 o'clock here in the East. Muhlenberg 19-7 on the year. That's their best record since the year 2012. 11-7 in the Centennial Conference. And their first winning season since 2013-2014. Swarthmore, on the other hand, the undefeated and unquestioned #1 team in the country. 25-0 and 50-2 as a program in their last 52 games. Jesse Turkson, a kick ball right at 20 on the shot clock, so that will stay put. A rare rest for Connor Delaney as Joey Kern and Alex Shackney run the show from the guard position. Shackney dives to the tin. 3 seconds left, got his defender in the air, and the littlest guy on the floor will get a new shot clock. Here's O'Neal, he'll drive inside, extended that elbow. He's pointing at the restricted area, but that does not matter when you extend that off arm, which is exactly what O'Neal did. Jackson Ryan, now Weejack. He'll get into the lane. Joey Kern with the active hands. Kern the other way. Quarry missed it. Shackney, yes. And it's Johns Hopkins just out hustling this Haverford team. Not a good recipe when you're already struggling to shoot. But there's 3 white jerseys down there to just 1 black jersey in transition. Hartman pulls up, can't hit the 3. Never got his legs under him on that one. And Connor Delaney getting a nice rest here. O'Neal can't hit that 3. Maybe a bit quick from the big man. Turkson given the 3. A lot of contact there. Bartlett got to the ball first, undercut there by Jackson Ryan, but he also didn't come up clean there. He took a brunt of contact. Unfortunate there for Hartman. One of those 50-50 balls. Bartlett gets there first, so he's always going to get the benefit of the doubt, and Ryan is every time going to pick up that foul, but unfortunate to see him take a tumble after the fact. Hartman, a senior out of Davidson Day School in Cornelius, North Carolina, averaging 6.5 points per game, 6'1" guard. It's been a huge part of the resurgence here of this Haverford program, the culture change. He's up, walking off on his own power. And he looks like he's going to take a quick seat, but he doesn't want to be off the floor for long, it wouldn't appear. Looks like after all that, it was Jackson Ryan that went down on the play. Hartman remains in the game. Ryan, a sophomore, 7.2 points per game. He looks ready to go over there on the bench when called upon. There's a kick ball. We'll stay here, and also we'll get a reset of the shot clock to 20 for Johns Hopkins. Halfway home here in the second half. Johns Hopkins lead by 18. Struggled early on offensively, have been on fire since then. Delaney left-handed finish. Carves his way deep in the lane. Now Turkson. Turkson drives, floats, and hits with one more coming. Able to just muscle his way down there patiently and with control. That's a good finish from Turkson. He'll shoot one more.
His first team score.
Nine minutes to play. Chidnake inside. Cork gives him a few inches. And that one thrown over the head of Alex Shackney. Josh Leffler, your thoughts? Less than pleased with Shackney, the sophomore guard. He wanted him to stay on the outside. And Bartlett pulls it right away, and the foul is going to be called against Ryan Trotter. Once the ball was taken away, just kind of grabbed at Bartlett. That's a great defensive play. It's clean there, and you see the tail end of Trotter grabbing at him.
his third, team's fourth. Into the game for the Blue Jays, number 2, Joey Kern, and for the forwards, number 24, Jonathan Lane.
Ryan Trotter picks up his third, team's fourth. Certainly a long way to go in this first game, an entire second game to go, but no doubt about it, if you looked at it during the regular season, you have two teams that stand out above the rest. Blocked there by Lang. It'll stay with Johns Hopkins, 14 on the shot clock. There were two teams that stood out. Swarthmore, the number 1 team in the country, undefeated. And then Johns Hopkins, only 3 losses as a team, the number 8 team in the country. And their only losses in the Centennial Conference this year were to Swarthmore. If that's the matchup we end up with tomorrow, again, a long way to go, but certainly that could be a treat. Jackson Ryan picks up his third personal foul, team's 5th. For the hardcore Centennial Conference fans, I think without a significant rooting interest, that is, the thought is they may want to see that game, and anything less may deprive them of what they were looking for. But as Chidnake puts that one in, let's see if Haverford has one more run. An 11-7 team that halfway through the year looked like they might have been the second best team in the conference. They've fallen off a little bit, but Jack Cork hits that one, and the comeback would have to start now for this Haverford team to have a realistic chance to win. Delaney all alone, couldn't get it over the front rim. He did the hard work to turn the corner, but just didn't give it enough air. Weejack, that's an NBA range 3, not even close. A desperation style heave. And Delaney in no particular hurry. Now Delaney, he can do this as well. He can be a back to the basket guy. Cork feigned the double team. Now, tough shot. Why not? Connor Delaney continues his excellent evening. He's got 20. A potential statement game here for Connor Delaney and his hopes for a potential Centennial Conference Player of the Year award. And Turkson hit, count it, and one. Chance for a 4-point play. Just what the doctor ordered here. Too much on the closeout from Bartlett. Good finish from Turkson. Turkson now with 15 points on 7 of 14 shooting.
In for the Blue Jays, number 21, Carson James, number 2, Joey Kern, and number 32, Harry O'Neill.
Four-point play for Haverford, 58-42, 6.5 to go. Patrick Doherty, the head coach of Haverford College, leaning on his defense right now to get a few stops. They're in no position to trade baskets. A double team on O'Neill. Braden Johnson now, Tom Quarry. 10 to shoot for Joey Kern. Quarry for 3, dagger. Big time from Tom Quarry. Pretty good closeout from Haverford. But the big man continuing to heat up here for Johns Hopkins. He's now in double figures with 12 points. A grab called against Carson James, team's 6th foul. One more, and Haverford will be in the bonus. Turkson with 17. Turkson all the way, taken off his hands by Braden Johnson. What a stuff that was. And Tom Quarry in rhythm, too short. Here's Ryan Trotter across the Swarthmore S here at midcourt. Open three for Ryan. That's well short. Right off the hand, you could see it. It'll stay with Haverford.
Returning to the game for the Blue Jays, number 3, Alex Shackney, and number 11, Chip Knockett.
Well, it'll be a season here for Haverford. That's one of building blocks. Still a long way to go here, but a steal like that and a finish like that goes a long way in Johns Hopkins' favor. Turkson inside for Cork. That's a good catch in there. Keeps the dribble, pulls away, and hits it. I tell you, that is great footwork by the Haverford big man. Tom Quarry no good on that one. .4:22 to go, second half. There's Cork inside, nice finish. Good find from Ryan Trotter. Nake, there's a double team. Shackney toes the end line. There's Nake throwing it down with two hands. Maybe not the two-man basketball you draw up, but good two-man basketball nonetheless. Shackney a good catch, a drive, draw the defender, and Nake throwing it home with two hands. A full timeout on the floor, 3:52 to go. You're watching the Centennial Conference Tournament here on GSN.
On and off the court, we're focused on creating lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. More college athletes are earning degrees than ever before, but we've still got work to do. That's why we're raising the bar for incoming freshmen, so they're prepared when they get to campus. And why teams can't play in championships unless they make the grade. Education matters, and putting academics first creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity. Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools, for nearly 500,000 student athletes, college sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
Johns Hopkins breaks the huddle with 3:52 to play. Bob Long here taking you home from the Garnet Sports Network studio here at the top of Tarble Pavilion. So excited to be alongside all weekend long. Stay with us as around 8 o'clock p.m. and judging by our 7:17 p.m. time here in the East, that time frame I would say somewhat lines up. Maybe a couple minutes after 8 we'd expect tip between Swarthmore and Muhlenberg. Number 1 against number 4 in the Centennial Conference. Trotter, floater no. And for Haverford, it's a season they'll look back upon as a season of progress. They were 6-0 in the Centennial Conference, but some head scratchers, 5-7 down the stretch as Braden Johnson hits the three. They'll lose their last 5 games that they've played, and 2 of their losses in the Centennial Conference will have come to McDaniel. McDaniel, a Green Terror team that has only won 2 games in the Centennial Conference, both of which against a Haverford team that ended up as the number 3 team in the conference. So some head scratchers there from Patrick Doherty, a tough finish, but so much to look forward to for this Haverford team, a change in the culture, and no doubt a multi-year process. Only in year number 3, but this almost feels like hitting the reset button here for this Haverford team as they now have a core that they can build with. You look down the roster here, Jackson Ryan is a sophomore, Jesse Turkson a junior. He'll be back. Nate Torres is just a freshman. They'll have to say goodbye to Joe Hartman and to Jack Cork. Jonathan Lang as well. But Ryan Trotter, just a freshman. Joe Wejack will leave here as well. So taking away 3 seniors, but again, a good core. And, you know, it sounds like they're excited about some of the classes that they are bringing in and will bring in the future. A couple of third-year coaches here, Josh Leffler and Patrick Doherty for these two teams. Leffler perhaps dealt a bit of a better hand with Johns Hopkins, but he's taken them to very strong heights. 4 losses in his first, make that 5 losses in his first year as a head coach. That 5th loss, of course, coming in the NCAA tournament. But their big goal now, they want to advance deep in the NCAA tournament. They have not gotten past the second round in the last 2 years, arguably with the talent to do so in each of the last 2 seasons. So NCAA tournament's all about matchups, and each year's a little bit different. This is a team looking to make their way to the Final Four. And before then, they're going to look to take down either Swarthmore or Muhlenberg in tomorrow's contest, 7 o'clock p.m. We can say confidently that the Blue Jays of Johns Hopkins will be there. Shackney with a hesitation dribble. Here's a 3. No good. Have some reserves on both sides in the game. There's Jack Cork for 3. No good. And a foul on the floor going to be called against number 15 for Johns Hopkins. That's Sidney Thibault. Thibault. Some Philadelphia fans may be listening, watching, and thinking, Thibault, I know that name. He is the cousin of the Philadelphia 76ers stretch man, Sidney Thibault, defensive specialist, and a guy that this Johns Hopkins program is excited about, just a freshman out of Irvington High School in Irvington, New York. Picked up the foul on that one, but a guy that brings a lot of size to the equation, 6'8", 225. And he'll be a guy that as he develops the footwork, gets a little quicker. Certainly a tough guy to deal with here in the Centennial Conference. (68-52), 14 to go. Thibault nearly got a touch. Shackney into the lane. Here's Prakash for 3. No good. Teeing it up for 3. No good there from number 30, Grayson Roth. Here's Shackney, and not a good pass there, given away. Here is number 24 coming the other way, looking for number 10, Michael Wiper, but couldn't find him. 100, make that 80 seconds left in the basketball game. Shackney couldn't finish. Michael Wejack, his final game in a college uniform. He'll shoot 1 and 1, and wholesale substitutions beyond that. Justin Heidig stands at the scorer's table waiting for Wejack if he hits both. Jesse Turkson, the only one in double figures for Haverford. Wejack, the senior, comes off the floor for the last time. a great guard here for this Haverford team. Again, turning the culture. A program looking to be in this type of position for years going forward and put themselves in a position this year to be successful. Faltered a bit down the stretch, but a lot for these guys to hang their heads high about. Nothing to droop the shoulders over, as Sydney Thibault puts it in. And for Johns Hopkins, it's onward and upward. On to a second contest tomorrow at 7 o'clock p.m. Centennial Conference Championship game. They'll take on the winner of the #1 team in the country and the home, Swarthmore Garnet, against Muhlenberg, #4, who had to win a play-in on just Tuesday night, just a few days ago, against Washington College. Little nickel dimer right at the logo. 19 seconds left. There is a 3-second differential between game and shot clock. Hopkins was punched in the mouth early on, couldn't get a bucket to fall, trailed by 7. About 9 or 10 minutes into the game. Well, did they respond ever? They're going to come out of here with an 18-point win. On to the final for the 3rd straight year. Josh Leffler and the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays. They will wait to see the winner of the 8 o'clock game to see whether they will face the home Swarthmore Garnet or if they'll take on Muhlenberg, the Mules. Connor Delaney, the player of the game here tonight, no question. 20 points on 9 of 15 shooting. He had 6 assists. He had 4 rebounds on the night. Tom Quarry, the only other Blue Jay in double figures. And Jesse Turkson, the only Haverford forward in double figures tonight with 16. A great basketball game. Enjoyed the opportunity to call it. And hey, we're only halfway done here tonight. The time is 7:25 p.m. here in the East. We expect Muhlenberg and Swarthmore to tip right at 8 o'clock. Congratulations to the Haverford College team and Patrick Doherty, the third-year head coach, on a great season. A lot more to come back, and this will be not the last time you see this Haverford team in a position like this. And Johns Hopkins, they'll dust themselves off, get themselves cleaned up, and ready for a 7 o'clock tip tomorrow. Thanks, everybody, for being with us on this broadcast. Tune in to the Garnet Sports Network in about a half an hour. Simulcast on the Centennial Conference Digital Network as Swarthmore takes on Muhlenberg in Game 2 of 2 here on semifinal evening of the Centennial Conference Men's Basketball Tournament. Again, Bob Long here saying so long from Delaware County. Thanks for being with us.